Hello! You are about to watch the entire red carpet premiere of the Esperanto short films made in Atlanta, Georgia for the 6th American Good Film Festival. 10 of these 12 films ended up winning some kind of prize, and I wanted the actors and directors who could not be there in person to get to enjoy the audience's reactions later. I also wanted all of my Patreon patrons to be able to enjoy this event vicariously as if you were able to fly in for it yourself. The video description has a link to check out all of the red carpet photos that were taken here, and you're going to see our photographer in the crowd taking pictures throughout this video. Feel free to discuss the films in the comments section below, but what we really want is your engagement over on the Esperanto USA channel where those films can be viewed individually. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brandon Sower. I'm the president of the board of Esperanto USA, which is the sponsor of the film festival and organizer. Alex had the idea when he was on the board several years ago to start this thing, and it's been really cool to see how it's blossomed and taken off. We're super excited to continue supporting it this year. There's a huge, long history of film and Esperanto in film, going all the way back to like Hedy Lamarr, Clark Gable, all those cats in MGM and RKO, and we're really excited to see it going into the 21st century with this film festival. It would not have been possible without really generous support from a fellow Brandon, who made a donation on behalf of his website, ANASO, which is Esperanto for Doug. It's ana.so. It'll be launching in December, so if you go to it now, you can see a countdown to when it launches. Do you want to add anything, Brandon?
Make an account, and you'll see what it is.
Cool. Thank you very much for supporting the film festival. And so I mentioned that Alex really got the ball rolling on this when he was on the board of Esperanto USA. And one of the problems with that is that he wasn't able to compete because he was on the board. This year he's finally not on the board, so I know he's very excited that he's been able to compete. And to take the reins from him, we brought on Catie to become the new director of the Usona Bona Film-Festivalo.
Hi, I'm Catie. Alex has roped me into hosting the film festival now, so that he can compete, just like he's roped most of you into making films in Esperanto. I want to thank all of you actually for participating because the Esperanto community doesn't get a lot of film. We don't get a lot of casual content, and so your contribution is really important to learners and just like people who speak Esperanto, who would just like to relax and watch some cool shit. And like just have something fun to watch. There's not a lot of fun, casual content in Esperanto yet. And so it's very meaningful to me that you all have let Alex rope you into this and spread it in this community, and that we get to have so many talented filmmakers participating in the Esperanto community in whatever tangential fashion you're choosing to participate if you don't actually want to learn the language. I appreciate it in any case. I've gotten to see everybody's films already, and I'm really excited to watch all of them with you and get your comments and have everyone enjoy them together. So, Alex.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, so there's an Alex Miller in SAG, so I can't be Alex Miller officially and all that stuff. But in the Esperanto world, I'll always be Alekso or Alex Miller, but many of you just know me as Xander. That's the middle chunk of my name. So we are going to watch these in alphabetical order, and we are going to start with Alagordo. Afterwards, I want to have the director come on up. I know a couple directors couldn't make it the last minute. I know Troy and James and Marty had some things come up. So for James and Marty's film, if Morgan wants to come up, that would be great to answer a question or two, because she helped write the thing. And we want to keep it short because, again, these aren't just 1 minute KTLs. These are like up to 5 minute long films. So 1 or 2 comments or questions most, real quick, and then let's keep it going because I don't want to have to rush through the last couple of films. So we're going to start with Alagordo, and if you're an Esperantist in the room, I just want to clarify something. I just realized this like an hour and a half ago in doing my final last looks. There's a typo at the very end where on screen it doesn't say Alagordo. Alagordo means like reformatting or adjusting to match something, but there's actually a typo, so it says Alagordo. which means straight to the throat. So I don't want anyone disappointed at what kind of film it is. It should be Alagordo, not Alagordo. We'll get that fixed before it goes on YouTube, lest we get demonetized. So, here we go.
Are we going to turn the lights off?
Yeah. Means, oops, there we go.
Matenon. Ĉio estas preta, ni simple bezonas vian finan konsenton antaŭ ol ni komencos la Alagordon. En ordo, sidiĝu. Trinku. Por komenci, simple diru ŝian nomon.
Charlotte.
Ĉu vi pretas? Denove ensorti. Ĉi tio postulos tempon. Kiam ajn vi pretas? Charlotte.
Mirror, you, Ryan, Torres, and Beans. And then Kaylin on screen, Troy, Matt. I think that's everybody. But thank you to all of you.
Yeah, and everyone stayed in good health from start to finish?
Yes, we're not gonna get into that story.
No? Okay, that's great. That's just wonderful. Yes, be careful around glass bottles, everyone. You never know what might happen. Any fun, interesting things, or any questions or comments that you guys have? Any idea what it all means?
I will not be answering any questions as to what the story means, because I kind of like to.
You said everyone who's had a thought so far has been completely a different interpretation.
And I love
like,
that.
oh, that was, no one said that yet. No one said that yet. So, you have a thought?
I would love to hear just where it came from for you, like some kind of feeling or.
I write all kinds of really abstract scripts that just cannot be shot at all. So the idea of making something in Esperanto, a language that so few people speak, I was like, I'm gonna lean into that. And I wanted all the dialogue to be voiceover, just because it made the Esperanto part of it easy, and then I kind of had the image of a guy on a bike, and then it led to this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great. Fantastic. Any other thoughts? Great. Then let's make room for the next one. All right. This one. So this one's fun because I was not on set and I just got to watch it when it was all done and go, what in the world? This is amazing. So this one I found really impressive. And it is Chu Morti au Vivi. And maximize, can we kill the lights? Thank you.
Vare via avanturo jam lacigas vin. Ĉu vi volas rapidan solvon? Heroldo. La jenaj objektoj favoras aventuristojn. Ili prezentas eskapon. Unu donas la vivon, la alia la morton. Kion vi elektos?
Yay. Talk about this.
Yeah, so this is a film that we came up with just for this Esperanto thing. We wanted to make like a video game kind of film, and I hope it went well.
So you wrote this together. Did one of you do the dialogue and the other was more figuring out the other logistics, or what was
it was kind of a group effort, like 50-50 on everything. Like we sort of both had ideas, put them into one, and this is how it turned out. But we kind of collabed on like props, setup, location, everything.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah. Thoughts, questions?
So what's the meaning of that at the end? He gets to choose whether he wants to live or to die, rather than the apple or the.
So yeah, this is kind of a concept that I thought about. I'm a terrible decision maker, and so like a concept I've been toying with in my mind is just like imagining that my life is a video game when I'm faced with like a really hard decision, because in a video game it's like so clear which decision will just move you on to the next level. So that's kind of what we're trying to achieve here, just like looking at decisions, you know, like in a video game and not overthinking it if it's totally unnecessary.
Fantastic. Any other? Yes.
I thought the spiders were really cool. Did you have that idea ahead of time, or did you see them and then decide to put them in?
That was just there, and I was like, wow, this would be a really cool shot, and
It worked, yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of just kind of on the fly, like figuring it out when we got there, because originally it was supposed to be like just one location, and we shot that in like 2 or 3 actually, so.
Yeah, the spiders were a surprise and almost a safety hazard on set. So.
Those things were every place.
Everywhere.
So it's just free range animals.
Very nice. And then who else from your team is here today?
I believe just us, and then Jeff did sound.
You did sound for it. Cool. You had a question in the back?
Were you guys inspired by any specific video games for this?
I feel like I mentioned Skyrim a little bit, especially when I was asking for like costumes and stuff. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Oh, and for those of you who are maybe like +1s, or you don't really know as much, or you didn't compete yourself, just so you know, the requirements for the films this year are they have to be 5 minutes or less, entirely in Esperanto, with at least 10 unique spoken words. You can't just say, no. 10 different words. And the required prop this year is a bottle. So you can keep your eyes peeled of like, oh, that's how they used a bottle in that scene. And like, wait, was there a bottle? Oh, at the very end, whatever it is. So a little game you can play for yourself to see how they follow the rules, or whether they made the prop super important, or just set dressing. Right, here's... who's this guy? This is my film, La Dresado della Megero. And to the lights, here we go. Mi sopiras cun si babiladi. Se si reprochos, mi respondos che si cantas dolce kiel nightingalo. Se si malridos, diros mi, si brilas, kiel matenai rosoi rosperlitai. Se si mutigios kai nenion diros, mi complimentos sian retoricon te diros che si trafe eloquentas. Se si forhusos min, mi al si dankos, quasau si min invitis por semaino. Se si rifusos al mi edziniĝi, mi petos sin difini nuptotagon kaj daton por annonco en preĝejo. Jen ŝi. Ĉu ek. Saluton, Kata. Mi aŭdis ja ke tiel vi nomiĝas.
Vi bone aŭdis, tamen iom surte, ĉar oni nomas min nur Katerina.
Mensoge, oni vin ja nomas Kata. Kai bella Kata. Jen bruella Kata. Se Kata, la plej charma Kristanino. Kata de la Castello. Flata Kata. Ĉar Kato estas besto deli Kata. Kai tial Kata, glata sed ne grata. Atentu al mi Kata, ĉar mi aŭdis famon pri via mildo tra la lando, pri via virtolaron kaj proklamon pri via belo, sed ne adekvatan. Tio mi movis ke mi svatu vin.
Vi movis ĉu movinte vin ĉi tien, ĝi vin formovu.
Sobriĝu, vespo, vi tro akre zumas.
Ĉu vespo jam? Do timu mian pikon.
Mi zorgu do el ŝiri la pikilon.
Se la stultulo volas trovi ĝin.
Kiu ne scias kie vespo gardas sian pikilon? Ĝuste en la posto.
Ne, en la lango.
Kie flango?
Via, ĉar vi pigadas tere, do atiu.
Kun mia lang ĉe via posto tenu, signoro.
Tion.
Au! Aŭskultu tamen, Kata, ne vere ja ne preterpasu min.
Mi ĝenas vin restante. Lasu min.
Ne vere ne. mi trovas vin tre milda. Oni vin diris cruda kaj perversa, sed nun mi trovas falsa la raporton, ĉar vi montriĝas gaja kaj gentila. Inclina ja silenti. Tamen dolĉa, kiel la helaj floroj en printempo.
Kie vi studis tian elokventon?
Ĝi estas improvisa. La patrino min dotis tiel.
Sprito do patrino. Alia sprito mancus alla filo.
Ĉu mi ne estas saĝa?
Yes, suffice. Por vi vanigi.
Tion mi intensas. En via vito. Dolĉa Katarina. Ni faru finon do al babilaĵo. Attentu, via patro jam konsentis, ke mi al vi edziĝu. Via doto jam estas difinita. Baldaŭ vi, vole ne vole, al mi edziniĝos. Wow. Destinita vin mildigi. Kaj fari vin ne plu sovaĝa kata, sed musa kata, kuirea kata. Jen venas via patro. Ne kontraŭu, ĉar nepre nuptos mi kun Katarina. Kiel mi prosperas.
Awesome. Can we get live? So that was all one take. And we used a couple cameras, but they were simultaneously doing it. So the really cool thing is Morgan does not speak Esperanto. She did not mess up one time.
Wow.
The entire, I had a few false starts. And, let me try that again. Rick had a few ones. I'm sorry at the end there. But yeah, Morgan did not mess up one time. She came to the film festival mixer and said, I want to do one of these. And I thought, all right, let's see. And I thought, you remind me of Liz Taylor. And that person famously did Kate in Taming of the Shrew, and I thought, I wonder if you would have the right vibe for this, and so that's why we decided to do this one. Jeff Rick was very kind. He helped. He filmed the rehearsal for it, as well as when we were rehearsing it a week before filming, he sat down with us and was sort of our intimacy coordinator and go, all right, we want to make sure this doesn't look rapey or like bad. Like, can you make sure this looks equally tit for tat and playful? So he came up with some of these ideas of how we could do it where it looked two-way in there. And then Ryan and Noah were the two camera guys on the day filming that. And then Rick Andoska, he's not feeling too well today, but he acted in it. And then at the very beginning, see the photograph there, that's Aaliyah Williams as the Bianca. She came over for a quick little photo shoot just to kind of establish that at the top. So yeah, that is The Taming of the Shrew in Esperanto. Any questions on that one? Yes.
What prompted you? I love you looking to camera.
Yeah.
What prompted that?
Years of doing Shakespeare, and when in doubt, the audience is there. You're allowed to. Shakespeare wants you to look there, and you know what I mean, right? And to do that, and so why not do that with the camera? To just go, I'll do this is really boring. But if you go, I'll do this is way more, draws you in. And so I made sure that she looks at the camera as well to break the fourth wall. You see in the show Fleabag, when you have someone break the fourth wall, you feel connected to them. So I wanted her to be likable as well. So look at the camera for a sec, but then get back to me, and we go from there. So
Nice.
that was
It
just
worked
a
really
Shakespeare
well.
convention. Thanks. Yeah.
Is that like a classic, like Zamenhof era or something translation?
That's from 1988. That I did secure the rights for it. The man who translated that died years ago, but then he transferred all the rights to all of his works to the British Esperanto Association, and Tim Owen from there. Yeah, he said, yep, I got it all squared away, so I do have the right to adapt that piece. Yep. Any other thoughts? Yeah.
You had a lot of like jokes and puns that aren't in the text, right, but worked very well with the text. How many of those did you come up with, or did you get from other adaptations you've seen?
So this is all from one adaptation, but the subtitles on YouTube are going to have English, which is pretty much what I did, but directly like what is being said in Esperanto. Then if you click on English United Kingdom, you'll get the original Shakespeare. So you'll have two options of English when you want to, just copy and paste, but it kind of diverges more drastically from the Shakespeare in a couple places, so it would be like, that's not what they're saying. So that's...
Oh, I mean like the physical jokes, right? Like the wine cork being...
Oh, that was just, we needed a bottle in the film, so then that kind of led it, what can we do with that? Where can we use it? And all, so it all kind of played out from there, but there you go. I don't want to take too much time on mine. We got others to show here, but thank you guys. And here's the Longa Hejmeniro.
Ĉu Silvi ŝatas min? Ĉu Silvi ĉe la festo?
Yes. Ne, ŝi simple estas afabla kun ĉiuj.
Vi pravas. Ĉu ni perdiĝis?
Ne, mi bone konas la parkon. Ni iru tien.
Ĉu tien? Vi ŝercas. Ne. Mi trovos taksion. Bonŝancon. Nu. Ĝis. Vi ĝenas min. Kio estis tio?
Mi ne scias. Dilĉo estas bona persono, li simple ne scipovas paroli al virinoj.
Klare. Sed ĉu li estos en orto? Li ŝajnis ebria.
Ne zorgu, li estas plenkreska. Li povas... Ĉu vi vidis tion? Kuru. Ni devas iri.
Ĉu estos en ordo? Restu vekiĝa. Mi amas vin.
So yeah, James Gary, an old friend of mine from Liberty, and his housemate Marty directed that. They suddenly had a shoot change dates in the last second, so they're on a film shoot right now. But Morgan co-wrote this, right?
Yes.
Yes. What was the inspiration and how did this come to be?
We were just trying to decide what to do that would be like fun to make, and I think it was James Gary who was like, what if we did horror? And then we just kind of like started making up ideas, and we're like, what would be the most fun? And we're like, well, it's Halloween, so we should do something monstery and then have them in Halloween costumes like they're coming back from a party, and you know, things go wrong. And James Gary said it like, the veil is thin because it's Halloween, so crazier things can happen. Yeah.
And Cole is one of the actors who was
Yes,
in that.
Cole!
That's the whole crew. It's Cole, us, and then James and Morty.
We made the best sequel.
That's there you go. Yes.
Where did you find a phone booth?
It was just there behind James and Marty's house. Behind, they have like this park, and the booth was just there chilling, and the glass was already broken. When we actually scouted the location, the glass was not broken, and then I guess some teenagers came through and broke the glass, but it actually made like one of the better shots with the glass and everything. So really, thank you, horrible teenagers, for facing property, but giving us a good shot.
And then the next day, it was all cleaned up and complete, like the cool remnant there. The next day when we came back to do one final shot over there, that had already been cleaned up. So we really were there, the one sweet shot moment to get that freebie. And we didn't vandalize it, we didn't do that, but it's, yeah.
It's somebody else.
There you go, but we benefited from it, so. Any other thoughts? Yes?
Did you use real fake blood or did you use a substitute?
It's corn syrup and dye and cocoa powder.
I say it tasted chocolatey.
Yes, it was very chocolatey.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't see it super well, but we had like Scar pasted up big scratches on his chest, but it's kind of covered because everything was a little sticky.
Yeah.
You did make some amazing slime.
It did make some good slime out of like gelatin and water. And
that was what was dripping from the
That's what was dripping. We were going for a thick saliva. Yeah. Yeah, Cole was a trooper. It was cold. It was super cold too, and Cole stuck it out with us and stayed like the whole night. That first night. He was great.
Long after he died.
10 out of 10 would work with him.
He was with us in spirit and in body.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had to climb up the tree to get that shot, and like he had to boost me to get up there
pictures
to
of like
get that.
Cole doing this and
Yeah, having to swoop down at the monster.
We were
and I'm
trying
like,
to figure out how to finish that scene, and I was like, it'd be great if somebody could get up on the.
It needs that money shot.
And then Xander was like, hold the camera. Let's go. Climbing up the tree.
Good having tall guys on set, which is why Noah's so popular. Great, awesome. All right, thank you so much. Here we go.
Mi bezonas vian helpon. Mi havas urĝan mesaĝon por ĝenia Chen. Kio? Kiu vi estas? Mi estas vi, kaj vi bezonas vian helpon. Mi havas urĝan mesaĝon por ĝenia Chen. Ĉu la sandamano de Morgana? En la nomo de Jesuo mi riproĉas vin. Ĝenia Chen, ĉu vi konas ŝin? Ĝenia Chen, ĉu vi konas ŝin? Kiel? Mi estis en la Milato estis antaŭ kvin jaroj. Mi estas vi, ne zorgu. Ĉu vi konas Genian Chen.
Lasando mano de Morgana. Huh? Kill!
Garbo de Zona. Genia Chen. Mio Genia? Kio estas la problemo? Mi bezonas vian helpon. Mi havas urĝan mesaĝan por ŝi. Ŝi devas lasi sian postenon ĉe la firmao Avataro.
Kio? Ŝi laboras ĉe Charvo.
Bone. Ŝi restu tie. Mi bezonas ke vi ŝaltu ĉe tion.
Kio ĵus okazis?
Jeff, come on up. So what inspired this?
I think it was a conversation I had with Noah when I was rehearsing yours. Yeah. This is a film that I did like an English version, a shorter English version a couple of years ago, and thought like this would be good. And I thought like Jessica's a really good actor, and I thought she could pull off the idea of like saying an Esperanto line, but getting the audience to feel it. So.
Cool. Awesome. Thoughts, questions? Yeah.
So what is that box?
So that is something called a useless box. Like when you turn it on, it turns itself off. That's all.
Oh, it's one of those, yeah. So what's the word on the side that's the name of the evil corporation that the character shouldn't work for?
That's it. It's just a
made up word.
Did you like paint that on the side? Because it looks like a real logo. That's just like a
Yeah, no,
box.
I created that using a Cricut. So.
Wow. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Did anything change or adapt from the first time you did it in English? Like, did you?
I mean, like it got expanded a lot.
Sure.
3
Yeah.
minutes. One thing is sightlines, right? Like, because when you're acting across from somebody, so a lot of times when she was looking, I was like there, kind of like look at me, you know. So I think we kept the sightlines pretty well. The timing is really difficult. Yeah. And in fact, like some of it was, you didn't necessarily notice it, but like part of the one side was sped up or slowed down in order to make it make more sense. So that was fun that you could do that.
Yeah.
I saw a post from you saying this is one of your most complicated edits that you've had to do with all the cloning and the feathering and all this. So.
Oh yeah, and the reflections. There is not a reflection of me in the glass. Ever, and that took some doing.
Well, also, I thought it was quite a flex to have the city, which those people can turn their lights on and off and mess up a clone shot. And did you have to clean up a lot of backdrop there?
A little bit of cleaning up.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, questions, snide remarks? No? Great, awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. Great job. All right, here we go. A Trancavilla Transo.
Jesteś abato chloro te ciurie sekundą.
Jes dis mia kompaso. Via quiso transformis momenton in nervilon. Sen vi ĉio ŝajnas malhela. Ĝis ni renkontiĝos denove. Kiel tempo ne havas finon. Mi trovas vin en la tranquila transo. Kaj mi paŝos kun denove.
You up with that? Point them out.
Mallory and Sharon are here, and Brandon is here. He did the voiceover, and Ryan and Les for the old and young version. Wow.
That's fantastic. Who translated this?
ChatGPT.
Alex and I were coming up with theories.
Yeah, we were like, because I was sitting there going, Brandon wouldn't use that word there. Because I assumed that Brandon had translated it, and happy accident there that I was sitting there going, well, I'll have to give him a note that it should be transigio, which would be a transition, because transo is a word, but it means like a land of transition, like the mouth of the Euphrates or something, or like an isthmus. It would only work in a certain context, and then at the end you'd take us to Narnia, and it's like, that is the right word, okay. Oh, man. All right, so that actually is really cool. I was like, it had a tension of, what do you mean by that? That's what you mean by that. Okay, cool. Well, that's fantastic. What inspired this?
I knew that I wanted to do a love story, but then, actually, so my niece was over and she was showing me all these videos on YouTube, and she was like, let me show you this one musical that she absolutely loves. It's called Ride the Cyclone. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. There was this one scene where like he's on stage and then all of a sudden he goes off stage and he appears on a screen, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, then my brain just started working, and I was like, okay. So,
Thoughts, comments? Yes, Eddie.
Number one, that looked amazing. Did you shoot it?
I did.
Directing Les, like, did you direct him into getting to that place where he was crying, or were they fake tears, or?
They were fake tears.
Okay.
So yeah, he teared up. That was all him.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't, yeah. I didn't have to like tell him much. He was able to get there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Fantastic. Yeah, watching this film, I saw, oh my word, you got to, your films look so much better with the, I think you've got a new camera since last year, because your last couple of films have been interesting, but kind of held back by the quality of the camera. I watched your film and I got, that's it, I am upgrading to a new camera. I told my housemates, I'm done. I'm done with the limitations of my old one. Yeah. That looks amazing and really just makes it come alive.
Awesome.
And it's cool, as a sequel for Ryan, it's like he chose life and death.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Fantastic. Any other comments or anything? No? Great. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Here we go. And Maltsetti. Here we go. Yes.
Estas fuŝaĵo.
Kio?
Koŝmaroj.
La koŝmaro pri via onklo?
Yes.
Ĝuste kiel en viaj sonĝoj. Kial vi volas regi viajn sonĝojn? Ĝuste, vi havas ion por diri, sed vi ne povas. Mi montros al vi kiel agi kaj paroli ene de viaj sonĝoj. Ĉiun horon de ĉiu tago malŝaltu kaj reŝaltu la lunon. Iun tagon vi malŝaltos la lunon kaj ĝi ne malaperos. Tiam vi scios ke vi sonĝas kaj vi povos elekti vian destinon. Subscribu ĉi tiun
Ĉu tio estas ĉio?
Bone, vi lernas. Kion vi volas fari en via sonĝo?
Forkuri.
Forkuri? Forkuri estas por kunikloj, por kokinoj. Ne, vi estas leono. Kion vi volas fari, leono, en viaj sonĝoj?
Malcedi.
So who all's here who helped with that?
Yeah, well, you translated it graciously, Nicoa, and you were also in it. Danny and Athelia provided the location. Beans did sound for the location at your place. Yeah.
Great, fantastic. And what was the inspiration here?
I think a film is just like a unique medium to show dreams. I think it's like a great way to showcase dreams. And then as I was thinking through this script, I coincidentally heard a podcast about an actual way you can induce lucid dreaming, which is to start testing reality in your everyday life, and then you actually start to test it in your dreams, and then so it like actually comes from science-ish, sort of. So I was like, that's really cool, and also it's very visual, like the flipping. So, and I was trying not to give too many lines to Nicoa, so it like kept it visual. Yeah, so kind of all of that combined.
Very nice. Now, I know you're having trouble with the edit, fitting it all in, but then
Yes.
Nicoa had an idea that kind of saved the day there with rearranging.
Yeah,
things,
because
right?
originally the scene with you and Nicoa, it was like, it was the whole scene. And then he goes home. And it was like 7, 8, 9 minutes. So Nicoa had the idea of layering in the scene with like the dream guru in throughout the rest of the film, and I think it actually worked pretty well that way. So,
yeah, because the first edit you sent, it's like, all right, there's good dialogue, and then all talking ceases, and it's just him and a light switch, and like his dreams, and the light switches, and it was like, yeah, this kind of gets hard to follow, and then by adding it in there, I thought that was a brilliant touch there, and made it so that the pacing then doesn't feel rushed in any place there. So yeah, fantastic. Any thoughts, comments, or anything? You guys? Yeah, cool.
I thought it was brilliant. And I actually think now that I know the editing thing, what I was going to say is the pacing is so good, and the tonal balance also, because it goes from funny to serious to funny, but because of that editing, that really works.
Awesome.
But also, did you hear about the thing recently where, like, the first shared dream happened the other day? Like scientists did a thing, like, this is all
Are you for real?
So, yeah.
There's a lot of
It feels like a setup for a joke.
misinformation
I
out
feel like
there.
I'm dropping the ball, not having a zinger for that, but that's cool.
Oh my god.
You saw that? Okay, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Dreams. They're crazy. They're
Awesome.
crazy.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Great job. All right. Here we go. And this front row is excited to see this one. Here we go. And go ahead.
Ligia, venu ĉi tien, vidu kion mi ĵus trovis. Kio estas ĝi? Ĉi tio ŝajnas ia botelo kun mesaĝo. Kio estas skribita sur ĉi tiu papero? Mi estas skribita sur dezerta mi uzas la universalan lingvon por ke ĉiuj komprenu min? Se ĉi tiu mesaĝo estas en Esperanto, kaj mi tute ne komprenas. Ekzistas nur unu solvo. Mi devas vojaĝi al Bielistoko kaj montri ĉi tiun mesaĝon al la tutmonda eksperto de la Zamenhof-centro.
Ĉu ni povas helpi vin?
Ni serĉas la tutmondan eksperton por traduki mesaĝon.
Mi ne scias kie li estas. Eble li estas en sia oficejo, eble li laboras en la kafejo. Ĝis bonŝancon.
Do, montru al mi vian mesaĝon. Kial vi ne komprenas Esperanton? Nur stultuloj ne povas tian lingvon. Jes, grundita sur dezerta insulo. Mi fakte dirus grundinta. Bone, miaj koordinatoj, porque ĉiuj komprenu min, jes, tre inteligente. Bonvolu helpi min, tio devus esti bonvolu helpi min, aŭ eble bonvolu helpi al mi, sed ne bonvolu helpi min, ĉi tiu idioto ne scipovas ĝuste uzi la akuzativon. Tio estas nekompreneble. Mi tute ne povas trafiki ĉi tiun mesaĝon. For de ĉi tie.
Domaĝe, ke ni ne povis helpi tiun malfeliĉulon.
What inspired this?
Well, generally this year, like last year, the prop just gave me what I thought was the obvious idea. Last year it was a lantern, so I thought, okay, Diogenes carrying a lantern around, so I made a Diogenes movie. And this year was a bottle, so I thought, okay, message in a bottle. And for those of you who saw last year's movie, there's a little Easter egg, which was there was a chicken. And it was like the same chicken. Not exactly the same chicken, different chicken.
Fantastic. Yeah, if that chicken could talk, I would love to know how it ended up in a Kroger but, from the desert island. But that's fantastic. And so did you plan this before going on an actual trip, or what was the order of making it?
Yeah, no, once I got the idea of, it must be that, we need to travel to Białystok. So in March, I actually went to Poland, and I was teaching in Warsaw, and I went specially to Białystok just to visit the the Zamenhof Center. I spent 2 days speaking Esperanto with all these Polish Esperantists, and I had all these photographs. And I thought, okay, great, I can use the photographs. Well, to make it all blend in, I should make the whole thing a still film, and that's why everything was made with photos here. But all of those are actual, so it was basically shot on location in Warsaw and Białystok, and there are a lot of Zamenhof streets, and like there's an Esperanto Square, which is where that bus was going to, and businesses with names in Esperanto, like the restaurant Manjo, or the bike rental place Veturilo, and so on. So it's all in there.
Nice. And what was your favorite parts of working on this?
I like the travel scene.
Okay.
I like the chicken.
Yeah. We traveled to the airport to film that, and there really is a cat cafe right down the street from the Zamenhof Center in Białystok, but the interior shots were at, I think it's called the Frisky Whisker or something. It's in Underground Atlanta right here.
Your film showed more cats. I talk about cats more.
Yeah,
I think we're about to have the cat time. That's fantastic. Any questions or comments? Yes.
So this is the second time I saw it, and I only noticed this time that you all put the message back in the bottle to give it to the expert, which I thought was hilarious.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Last year's film to this year's film, your filmmaking skills and all that, your storytelling, pacing has really gone up a notch. I was really impressed with this. Last year, Sasha came to the 5-hour filmmaking challenge that we did as a kickoff launch event. 5 hours, we're going to divide into 3 teams and everyone's going to make a film. And he made one, and he did a great job in that. He helped on a team. A week later, we all got lunch with our local Esperanto club, does like a monthly lunch. And he brought his laptop and said, oh, hey, I made a film in the last week. You want to watch it? And what? So we got to watch a new film. So that was really cool to see work begetting work. Your film and Tiffany's film are the only 2 films that I didn't translate or do more help on. So it's really cool getting to see some of these that I just get to sit back and enjoy.
Though you did help because when I showed it before, you gave me language notes.
I pointed out Grundinta is the right way instead of Grundinta. But other than that, you fixed that. One day, the term grammar Nazi will probably be replaced by, oh, you're like a grammar Esperantist. I see how it is. But you know, you gotta be specific about these things. Fantastic. Well done, guys. All right. Here is Megero.
Compreno che mi amas vin.
Mia frato amis Julieton, kai nun vi diras che li mortos tial.
Li vivos, sed vi donos al mi amon.
Angelo, mi proclamos vin attendu. Hodio, vi pardonu mian fraton, alie mi annonsos alla mondo audazon vian.
Kiu al vi credos? La nomo mia, pura cae austera, cae mia voce levanta contra via, accuson vian tiel super pesos che suffocicios vi en la raporto. Calumniante eble mian virton. Mi ekmalbridas mian veran volon. La mia appetito vin agordu. Demetu la ŝajnigan protestadon, ĝi ne konvinkas. Helpu vian fraton.
Presentu vian korpon al volupto, aŭ li ne simple mortos sian morton, sed via malplaĉeco lin torturos senĉese dank al vi. Respondu morgaŭ.
Aŭ, laŭ sinteno mia ĝuste nun, mi malplaĉetos al li. Do, parolu. Mensogo vie, venkos vian verbon.
Castle Grayskull is the name of our house where we filmed the thing there. So, what was the journey of making this film? How did this come to be?
So, originally I was going to do a completely different idea and it couldn't come together at the last minute. So like a couple of days before we would have been able to shoot this, Alex sent me a translation for Measure for Measure. And it was interesting because I've seen a lot of Shakespeare stuff, but I have never seen that. And I'm actually really surprised that it hasn't been adapted more because it makes a lot of sense and it's still very relevant like a lot of other ones. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that it hasn't been. But I just think that this scene, if done very well, is universal no matter if you understand what the translation is or not. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Who all's here? Who helped?
You did. Tiffany filmed it for us. Beans helped do sound and made chicken nuggets and shit. And then one person who couldn't be here, who was the other actress, was Juliet. I think she did incredible.
Yeah, she's a little under the weather, but hey, I'm filming all of it. For those who can't be here, just reactions and cheers and all that stuff. So, yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, that Measure for Measure is one of the few Shakespeare plays that has never been translated into Esperanto, and that's my go-to monologue for plays. I was like, hey, wait, this could be a good scene. Because it's also a scene where most of the talking is one person, so it'll seem like dialogue even if it's not that much talking to the other person. So, yeah, excellent job. And set decking, making our house look really cool, and had some great ideas. Had the fireplace, that was her idea to have the big television there, have a cool fireplace and all that.
I fought them for that. They were like, leave it alone.
I had to try 3 different Chromecast devices because they were like, which one responds to this remote? I don't understand. Yeah, it was a lot of hassle, but we made it work. Any thoughts, questions, anything like that? Yeah.
So you were also filming a web series while you were also doing this, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Long, but I'm glad that I did this first because that shook off the rust of directing anything at all. So everything that could have gone wrong with directing this got very fixed very quickly to be able to help with that. But yeah.
That's fantastic. What's the name of that series?
It's called Dragonfly, and it's coming out in March 2020.
Where can we find it?
It'll be on YouTube.
Well, the word Dragonfly might bring me to Merriam-Webster. What your name in Dragonfly, or what would be the place? Is there a particular channel name, or where would one
my channel
find
name
it?
is by Rachel Ruff-Kyler.
Cool.
Yep.
By like,
By B1.
made by?
Made by.
Okay,
B1.
cool. All right, cool. All right, thank you. You never know. I don't like to guess. So, awesome. Thank you. All right. All right, here we go. And
Mi ne povas fari ĉi tion. Mi ne povas fari ĉi tion. Mi ne povas. Tio devas ĉesi. Tio devas ĉesi. Ĝi devas ĉesi. Mi ne povas fari ĉi tion. Tekso. Dr. Wagner. Estas mia decio. Mi havas kapablon. Mi povas fari ĉi tion. Mi povas fari ĉi tion. Mi faros tion ĉi. Mi mem kreos mian estontecon. Neniu alia povas interhelpi. Mi elektas ĉesigi ĉi tion. Mi ordigos mian Mi moriĝos. Mi sonriĝos. Morkel.
fantastic. Awesome. Get on up here. Who all helped with this?
Ezra's here, he made the music, thank you Ezra, and then you basically and I did everything, and then I've got my bodies, which included Luther, and Noah, and Joseph, and Darren, and
Rick was in there.
And Rick was in there, and I feel like I'm...
We had a visiting Esperantist from Germany who
Yeah.
was here.
Yes.
Want to act in a film while you're here? Part of an
Yeah.
American thing to do.
Seven.
Yeah. Good game.
And yeah, I had 7 bodies, I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
Cool, fantastic. Well, inspiration, where did this come from?
I don't even remember. I started with the bottle, because that was a prop. And so, yeah, I wanted to do one take, because I wanted to make it easier. And yeah, I don't know, I guess I just kind of intuitively fell on some stuff I've done before, like pulling out to reveal stuff, and I kind of have this stock character that I play around with, so, yeah.
Cool. Any other questions, thoughts, anything? Yeah.
How many takes did you have to do, and how do you do the zoom out?
Zoom out was all digital, just in
Oh,
post,
okay.
and maybe like 7 takes, something like that.
We had to move the lawn furniture out a little bit so that he could, there was like stuff right by the windows, that way he could pass in front of the windows. There was like little things we were realizing with each take of, this needs to be moved, and this, and the door slam isn't quite right, so things like
It
that.
was all done within like 3 hours.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, right.
I'm curious how you
are able as an actor and directing this to really take your time, like knowing, okay, I have 7 people just laying here while I'm reciting this monologue.
Yeah.
Like I could imagine myself feeling like, okay, I'm gonna like get this right away or rush through it so that these people don't have to just like lay here. But like, how did you kind of keep yourself committed?
I mean, like, I had a little bit of a talk with my bodies. I was just like, this is what I need from you. I'm just gonna try to be really in the zone because I'm about to put on my actor hat, basically. And then I just didn't think about it anymore.
You also fed everyone.
Yeah,
so
I fed
happy,
people.
full belly.
And I just, when we called cut, then I kind of allowed myself to like consider things and try to keep things going. But I knew that what would make things most efficient is that I just give myself that ability to just be only an actor so that we can get our take, so, yeah.
Also, that reminds me, for how he did all that is one long take without messing up, he wrote the lines in little like one sentence or phrase at a time, pieces of paper all over the room, so that he was able to like, I can't do this. I can't. No, I can't. And he's still cheating, but he just does it in different order. And that was how. There's still one like in the corner of our living room.
I didn't give myself quite enough time for that monologue to memorize it. I got to the point where I could memorize it but not perform it. And so the cue cards were totally necessary. So
yeah,
yeah.
That makes sense.
That was fantastic. All right, well, we're gonna get close on time here, so we'll,
Bone, ni serĉu rapide.
Kial vi eĉ havas la kameraon?
Mojose ĉu ne? Mi trovis ĝin stirante la lastan domon? Mi controlo supre.
Mi baldaŭ venos.
Ŝlositaj porde ĉi tie!
Lucio, kia vi estas? Ĉu vi enfalis?
Helpu min! Helpu! Helpu min! Helpu min! Helpu min! Helpu min!
Mi devas escapi ĉi tie. Fek! Ne! Ne! Fek!
So, what inspired this?
So there was another film festival that we were working on, and we had to like kind of pull these prompts. And Myrta Hill worked on this in the special effects, and she told us about the Esperanto festival, and we were like, all right, do some dubbing and throw some bottles in there, and so that's what we did. And unfortunately, not everyone went with the script, so that's why there are some moments in there where people aren't screaming when they probably should. But I just didn't have time to have the translation.
Were you filming? Was it all dubbed later, or were
it
you?
was dubbed later.
Okay, I was wondering.
We did it on the day so we could get the same sound for the room sound.
Got it.
At like 5 o'clock in the morning after like 8 hours of filming. So
very cool. Yeah, I went to the film mixer for the Trick or Treat Film Festival just to be like, you know, there's another festival going on right now. And Myrta was there and like, what's this? 2 chances to win, you say. That's right, as long as it's in Esperanto and has a bottle, I don't care what, you know. What were the restrictions that you had for the other festival? Because you had a lot of things you had to check off.
So it was, power was telekinesis. We had, I think conflict was disfigurement. And then we had, subgenre was found footage, and then location was toilet.
All those had to appear in yours, plus all the restrictions I listed earlier for this. So you did it. There you go. Lots of things to love. And so who all else is
Myrta here?
Yep. And
we had like about 5 people working on it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, this is another one that I translated it. I sent you a
you
video.
too.
But other than that, I just got to sit back and see the final version of it later and be like, oh, how'd they do it?
I think you read the script first, and then you got to see.
Yeah, and we had just finished shooting the other one, the other horror film that we did, and then we get this script. Another 3 people get brutally murdered. Like, were you eavesdropping? What is so? It's kind of cool. We have 2 very similar films, but very different at the same time. So fantastic. Any thoughts, comments? Yes.
This is like the second year I've participated in the Esperanto Film Festival. I'm living with Alex. I've been exposed to a lot of Esperanto as well, but I've never been introduced to the word feck, so thank you.
It's not what you think it means.
It's shit, right?
Defecate, same derivation there. That's what that is. Feeky would be the other thing. So, just so you know. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, and 1 more to go. All right, here we go.
La championo revenas! No? Kiel estis via rendezvous? Ĉu vi ambaŭ kontentis?
No.
Yes, mi sciis. Mi festu jen por vi. Do, ĉu mi ne diris ke ŝi estas bonega virino? Ŝi estas membro de mia preĝejo, ĉu mi menciis tion? Bona kristana virino, nes respondeca, amuza, kaj charma ŝi estas. Mi simple diru, nedankinde. Estis mia plezuro aranĝi la aferon. Tu mi ne volas ŝovi la nazon, Elias vazon, ĉi tie, sed Josefino, ĉu vi kaj ŝi... Estus in ordo doni etan kison al charma virino. Alie ŝi pensos ke vi ne trovas ŝin bela aŭ interesa. Vi ne volas insulti belulinon, ĉu? Tamen,
se vi kisus ŝin tro tuje, tro rapide, subite, antaŭ la ĝusta momento, se ŝi ne estus preta, vi faris tion, ĉu? Jes, agnosko, vi ne povis regi viajn korpajn urĝojn. Vi diboĉulo, ne plu. Ŝi estas membro de mia preĝejo. Kion estis tion? Ne, eĉ provu defendi viajn agojn. Vi estas io. Kio pri ŝia reputacio, ŝia virto? Pensu pri via konduto, kiel mi eĉ provas helpi vin. Mi ne scias. Bonan tagon.
And Troy had a wedding to go to that was a different time. He just realized last night. He's like, I actually can't make it there. So that was Troy edited that. How this one came to be was 3 days before the deadline. I'd worked on 9 films, and I thought I still got one more in me. Troy, I have an idea. If you film this and edit it, then if it wins a prize, you get to keep the prize. So he said, yep, I got it. So he came over, and we had a couple other camera people show up, Juliet and Sean Carmody, and we did a multicam 3-camera setup and shot that just in our kitchen area. I was inspired by some Seinfeld clips of like George Costanza, like with the, how much you pay for the jacket? You'll tell me when you want to tell me. What was it, 400? It was 450, 500, what? And he just keeps working himself up into this whole thing. And I thought, well, that's another excuse for me to do all the talking, or almost all the talking, and yet it's not feel that way. It feels like a full fleshed out scene. So, just to show a different, vibe with all the other types of things in there. So those are the 12 films that were made locally here. And we had a total of how many films get made? 26 films, so that's about 40% were made right here, and they're finishing up the tallying for the points, but the next step is going to be up to you guys, because the judges are picking out 10 winners, but then the Audience Choice Award is the film that gets the most likes on YouTube after 1 week. The plan is on Monday, when we fix any final typos or anything, to put the films up on Monday on YouTube on Esperanto USA's channel, and then let people, get the word out. If it gets a lot of likes, then the one with the most likes is going to win. One caveat though, don't go to some like addmefast.com, one of these like bot generating sites. We had a team in another country do that a couple of times, and we looked at the traffic of where the sites were coming from. We said, yeah, no. You went from having 40 likes to 380 likes in 5 hours. Like, that's not happening. So don't do anything like that. Just like it, get the word out. Last year, Sasha here won with the Diogenes one, so that was the Audience Choice Award winner. He got the word out, telling people in like a Reason magazine, wrote an article there. If you want to like tell your friends in whatever way, go to church, shout it out. That's all fair game. And if you want to find the films easily, right here, QR code. This will take you right to Esperanto USA's YouTube channel. Go ahead and like all the films here that you liked, and may the best of those win. And then we will have the winners announced, hopefully a week from Monday, more or less, when we tally that all up. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for doing this. The plan is to have it happen again next year, and for me to be even more hands-off. This was a transitional year where I still did a good amount of work of like explaining how to do things, so I'm eager to have more and more of this be self-sufficient. But the fact that we went from last year having the red carpet in Sharon's driveway to now having it in an actual room with more carpets and more backdrops and everything, it's pretty cool. So thank you guys all so much. Mingle quickly, get your last minute like red carpet shots, but then we'll have to pack up fairly soon. All right, thank you all, and God be with you.
Great job, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ben,
That might be the best Esperanto Shakespeare that's ever been filmed.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think that will be very popular for like start reposting on relays and other things. Like, as an example, watch this and I'll discuss the scene.
And like that's definitely something that without any reservation I can share with like a culture library or sacred library.
And be like, yeah, check this out. So that between that for a different vibe, serious comedic, here you go. And if I were to then do like adapt all of the Tempest, one more of this? Oh, you know, so that was a very good branch pusher, I think. And then Tiffany's film is also a great one for like we have a few great ones. Not 50 films, but we had some heavy hitters.
Yeah, you're right. Also, the text really could be used to